This is my 2002 Lexus IS300, and I honestly think it is the best cheap daily car that you can buy at the moment. It's got rear-wheel drive, it's got the legendary Toyota reliability, and the legendary Toyota 2JZ. So today I'm going to show you around it, talk a little bit about why I bought it, and then run through some things I want to do in the future. First off, I want to talk about the styling. I think it has a really classy, timeless style, and it doesn't shout in your face too much about how brash or brawny it is. It really is just quite elegant. One thing I really like is the headlights, although these ones are, yeah, they're quite faded, quite yellow, so it's definitely on the books to get them cleaned up and back to being able to see clearly. One of the big reasons I bought this was the color. I just don't see many green ISs around, let alone in 300 variant. I really like green cars. I didn't want a silver one. I feel like the ones you always see. So yeah, this is I like to think quite a rare color. I've seen one or two others around, but yeah, it really, really stands out when the car is clean. The wheels now, I'm pretty sure these are the wheels that it came on from the factory. I could be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, these are kind of standard wheels. I know they're not the prettiest with the black inserts, but they don't bother me too much, and the size works really well with the car. It drives really well on these tyres with these wheels as well. Next up, the back. I mean, I'm not going to go in just now, but it's actually quite a spacious four-door in here. I have taken friends quite long distances up to Scotland and over to Germany, and no one has really complained too much about the size inside. I know it's not quite as big as a 5 Series or an E-Class, but to be honest, it does the job, and for the year it came out, it is quite spacious. Finally, moving around the back, I really like the rear setup of this car, and of course you've got the very, very classic Lexus tail lights that every single person who had a Citroen Saxo in 2001 wanted to put on. They really started the trend for the clear tail lights, and I think that they suit this car down to the absolute ground. Moving on to the inside of the Lexus, you can see these seats have held up really well over the past, well, over 20 years, which is a real testament to the build quality of these cars. The seats themselves are actually really comfy to sit in. Now, granted, they're not quite as sporty as something that you might have got in an M car, the kind of competitor to the IS300, but overall, they are decently firm, and you know, driving this to Germany, they are really, really comfortable. The only bit about the interior that kind of hasn't stood the test of time is the soft touch plastic that's all around the dashboard. It kind of comes off and sticks to your clothes sometimes. It's not very nice, but I don't know, it was a big fad in the early 2000s to put this everywhere in the car. But there we go. Moving on to, I guess, amenities in the car. I mean, there really isn't anything you would need in here. It's really, really well equipped. You've got cruise control, heated leather seats, self-dimming interior mirror, folding electric mirrors, sunroof, climate control. I mean, there really is everything in here that you need for a daily driver. Nothing over the odds, and everything works. Again, a real testament to the build quality of this car. One thing that kind of sticks out to me as being a little bit odd was the afterthought of cup holders. I mean, there's a little storage area down here, and there's been like a it looks like a 3D printed piece that's been popped in there as a bit of an afterthought, and you can only really fit small cans in there. So if you've got a big bottle of water, you're out of luck. That's going on the passenger footwell. Looking at some of the real Lexus items in here, I mean, the shiny ball. Everyone knows about the old Lexus shiny ball. Everyone seems to comment on it when they get in. They're like, that looks a bit strange, and I agree, it does look strange. It's not like those typical shifters where you kind of have a lever and you kind of click a button in and then gung, 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 gung. It's just a ball. Yeah, thanks, Lexus. Finally, the gauge cluster. I mean, this is very well known all throughout the car industry. It is gorgeous. I mean, Lexus really knocked it out of the park with this one. It looks like a Swiss watch. It's one of the reasons I went for this car. It's just a real standout piece. And even now, you know, 20 years later, some car manufacturers can't even match it. It really is a surprise. So under the bonnet, yeah, that's a 2JZ. But it's not the turbo monster from the Supra. This one's only the GE. It's a 3-litre naturally aspirated inline-six, making around 215 horsepower. No boost, but plenty of character. The one I've got is completely stock. Factory airbox, untouched internals, and for its age, it's only done 90,000 miles. It runs super smooth. Throttle response is sharp, and that straight six sound is addictive, even without mods. It's not a race car, but it's rear-wheel drive, has heritage, and it's a solid base if I ever want to go further. Let's see how it sounds. I guess first the throttle response is very smooth, very direct. You know exactly what you're getting. Obviously, it's a naturally aspirated engine, so no surprises like a turbo kicking in. It's very predictable every time you put your foot down. And another amazing thing about it is it feels really planted. It's a proper daily that you can trust. Every time I get in it, I know it's going to work. It just feels so good going around the corners. I mean, whoever at Toyota, whoever at Lexus developed this suspension, they knew exactly what was going on. I've taken this around the Nürburgring. I did it last year in August with a friend of mine, and it was just mega. Pull out this junction. There we go. And you know that even though it's 20 years old, it's got the get up and go to do whatever you need to do. If I need to go around someone on the motorway, if I need to pull out of a junction or get out of a way of something, I can absolutely do it. Also, it's not trying to be something it's not. A lot of people are like, well, you know, it's not really as good as the M3. The IS300 was always a bit, you know, it was a bit spicier of a Lexus, you know, where the IS200 was more geared against the 320i or something like that. Being a 3-litre, everyone was like, oh, it's an M3 competitor, and I get it, but it's not. It's a really comfortable motorway cruiser that is also good on track, but it's not so harsh of a track car. So I can sit there, so I can drive up to Leeds. Like I said, I drove to Germany, and it was amazing. But as soon as you want to put your foot down on the track, oh, the steering is beautiful, and the suspension is so well set up. All I would say, the only drawback to this driving experience, it's got to be the automatic gearbox. I mean, it's just old now. It's a really traditional, sluggish auto, and it just lets the car down. Now, I know that they can be manual swapped. It's something I've considered. Don't know if I'm going to do it yet or not. But yeah, if from factory in the UK, Lexus had it come with a 5-speed manual, even a 6-speed manual would have been nice, then this would have been a lot more competitive, and I'm sure would have sold better. But I don't mind. What do you see everywhere on the roads? BMWs. What don't you see so often? Lexuses, Lexi. You just don't see them. But yeah, either way, I think it's not trying to be something it's not, and it's really predictable to drive, which is what I love to see. And it means that whenever I drive it, I find it enjoyable. I wouldn't want to sit and not enjoy driving. And I stand out a little bit, which is what I like. So, after the drive, why? Why did I buy a Lexus IS300? Well, I considered BMWs, and I had an E46 before this. And I thought, I don't want another one. And I already had my E36, so I was like, do I want to go back down the BMW route? I thought, no. I want a saloon, and I want something Japanese. I want something that will stand out a little bit. And I thought, what about an old Lexus IS? I had a look around, and to be honest, they're still really cheap. They're so well made, and I just love to drive it. So that's the IS300. What's to come for this car? Well, I'm going to fix some bits, the headlights, other little tiny bits and pieces on the interior, and then who knows, maybe some mods. I mean, I've already changed the exhaust. I don't know, suspension, other little JDM bits. Let me know what you would do if you had this IS300, and subscribe to see more.